So, okay. Apparently, I do my intro, and then notice that my dashboard is displaying check audio. At least I added this option. Thank goodness, because, yes, it... Hello. Yeah, I didn't have audio. There was no audio, because the... Well, Windows Update yeah, right, I installed a Windows Update last night. That's why all my audio devices are gone. It had... My index was still mapped to the output, but my index as an input wasn't mapped anymore. And also my entire headset setup for when I'm streaming desktop unmapped itself as well. My audio devices too. Thanks, Windows! Oh, I love it. Yeah, I briefly rambled that, like, my OVR toolkit wasn't displaying Windows, and then, like, I had forgotten to turn the toggle window button on. Which meant, if you don't toggle that button on, the windows don't render. Except if you pin a window. But it didn't pin one of the windows, so that was that. Usually I have my my overlay thing over there pinned, but, like, I didn't have the chat pinned, so that was that. But I need to recrop the window because the window is cropped a bit too small. The bottom of the chat is getting cut right now. Luckily, yeah, my own OBS plugin is and my own SimHub plugin. That's the 2 time cut. Is there a... I mean, yeah, SpongeBob has a bunch of time cuts, but, like, usually this is time spans. Isn't it 2 days, the joke, effectively, in SpongeBob? It's like, 1 eternity later, 2 days, and stuff like that. I don't think that... Oh, yeah, right, there's definitely day 2s. It's... I have to admit, I haven't... back in the day, I didn't watch that much SpongeBob. B, I watched it obviously in the German variant, which is its own funny thing. But, like, C, it's been a while. It's like probably at least 10, 12, maybe even 14 years. Do you want me to go find it? No. I think I have used a 1 eternity later. I've used some of the SpongeBob time cards I know before, because I used them on a in a video I edited. But that's also like years ago at this point. That was in 2021. I think it's the Civics on C1 video I did. That is on my channel somewhere in the video section. Considering the 991. Oh dear. Have you tried the 992? Because, you know, it's better bobbed, so, you know, you at least get a competitive car. It is a bit less rear heavy. It tries to do suspension magic on the front to, you know, get it to actually turn into corner, but that kind of like at times the problem with the Porsche. It's like it does suspension magic to make the car work, but then, you know, if you drive it slightly wrong or your setup is slightly wrong, it can very quickly go from, yeah, this is driving like a normal car to like, oh shit, I'm dying. Of course I can't send links. Hold on, did you post this into live chat? I can... Yeah, I've... Thingy isn't working? Oh yeah, right. Oh, I forgot to calibrate my model. Yes, I forgot to calibrate my model. I got distracted by sound issue, by OVR toolkit, not toolkitting, and then forgot to calibrate my model. But also I need to more... I still haven't fixed this preset. I think it was an update to SteamVR like nearly 2 months ago that broke this position, because previously, because there's a fixed camera position for hello, could I kindly get my mouse cursor? A fixed camera position that like would have shown my upper body and like my head perfectly. except that seemingly a SteamVR update broke this, which changed how the coordinates work slightly. So now I'm looked at from the side. I can obviously still use in the OVR in the virtual motion capture panel the front button, but as you see, this puts me like this, and the problem is you cannot adjust any and at all the position. So that sucks. But otherwise it works, which is why it's been like just hanging on for like a month at this point. So yeah, that's that. That has its own existence issues among the other list of like problems I run into regularly. So I need to obviously update the list of cars we've so far driven, right? Because you know, we've driven more cars last time. We drove the Maca, and that rounds out the car list. Let me get the wheel of fortune, so we can roll briefly. Spin the wheel. Okay, and then we need the list of cars now again. The remaining cars on the list. So we can select those and then fill it in briefly. Paste. Let's maybe randomize them again. Go order. Okay, so let us switch the scene so you can see what I see. Have you driven the Porsche too? No, as you can see up here, I've driven so far the Lambo, the Bentley, and the Maca. Obviously, I have, outside of doing this specific car test, I have driven, I think, all of the cars on this list, right? I hadn't driven actually the Evo 2 Lambo before. I hadn't actually driven that car yet. So that was new. But like it's just the Evo 2 Lambo, which is just an R8, so it's like, yeah, I haven't driven it. But like, I've driven the Ford, I've driven the Porsche, I've driven the 296 even on a 24-hour race. I've driven the Merc back in, I think, 2022, something like that. I've driven the M4. The R8, when 1.9 came out, I drove that one, but like, I didn't. Like, it was horrible because of the tire wear issues, and just, I had a Resca experience otherwise also with the car. The Aston Martin, we've driven that one in the in V4H. I mean, I've driven it. Jordan doesn't want to know anything about that anymore, which is fine. The NSX, yeah, I drove that last season. The Nissan, I've driven it in a 3-hour race with the Pan Am guys a month or two ago at this point. Yeah, the Lexus, well, we drove that on the weekend. So that rounds up the list of these. And, yeah, that's I used the Bodeo. Yeah. We would need to see the wheel. Don't you just see the wheel at this point? Or was that just a slow comment, right? Because the wheel is there. it's visible. So yeah, I should have probably replaced focus with Mondeo because but I mean, both are funny options, right? So let us roll again. Well, that's not too much of a fucking surprise, is it? We're going sus. We're going with the Lexus. I'll just briefly remove that one off the list already, so I don't forget it. Yeah. So let's switch scenes again, and we at least have a livery for that one. So that makes it a bit easier. Lexus. Not this one. We've been Chief Morpha. Look at this beauty. Look at her. Can't pitch up to show the big fluffy tail on the roof. I still love the ears on the front that I put there. It's just so cute. Look at it, it's kind of cute. Although I would, if I run it in VTrack, I would need to remove the, you know, the stickers for that. Doesn't matter, not really. Who knows if I will drive it. It is a strong car on the circuit that we're testing on, because we are, wait, did Track take down the practice server? Or am I just, yeah, I'm just too stupid to search for it. Also, I selected in the wrong category. Because the Track server, the Track practice server has GT3 only, so, and I selected it in the all cars category. Of course I do that mistake. We have 24 degrees and 31 track again, so only the first two cars ran on 2020. This is the same as the what was it called? The 720S ran on. The Mustang should be the car. Yeah, we can. There's a lot of name puns that we can do with these. One bump stop range on the front. I think that needs to be a bit increased. What else are we gonna do? The rear spring range? You know, no, we chop a bit out of that one. I mean, this isn't a Porsche 935 GT2 car, which just completely has malfunctioning suspension. So this isn't too necessary, but like still we do that. We take some toe out because the only toes are on the stream were my feet. Of course, I had to make that joke. Higher pressures, I think they're fine for these conditions, likely. 11 rear wing is quite a bit, but the car goes up to 16, so like I'll run this, I guess, and test it. See how the car behaves, and go from there, I guess. Brake bias, I think 62 is probably fine. 62 liters as usual, although we're using brake pads type 1s. 4.3 on the brake ducts, that looks also fine to me. Okay, no. I do love to threaten Americans by saying I will swim across the Atlantic to and then beat their ass up. Like, not use a boat, I will walk in and swim and then walking in to get to their ass. Okay, it loves to rotate like the 720S did on that corner. That's not good. 720S wanted to just mid-corner, just keep rotating and just kept spinning out. I mean, it didn't quite spin out. I can save the car, but like it's cost obviously a lot of lap time when it just repeatedly just tried to yeet itself around. I feel like the A-pillar is more in my vision than yesterday. Maybe I need to calibrate. But yeah, one of my strongest cars on the circuit was the Nissan, so. If I didn't message car, I'm tripping. I'm not deleting anything! Is YouTube drunk or something? For a second. What is this? What did he say? I talked about reducing the toe on the car. That's what I did, Jordan. And that the only toe on this stream will be my feet. The only toe on the stream will be found in my feet. In the pedal cam. Honestly, I should probably advertise on Twitter that like I offer free feeds. Although the difference is I don't offer actually feet pics, I offer fly highs, right? I wear fly highs over my feet, which is, I don't know, and the foot fetishists I think are like, I mean this is good, but like that's not quite what they ask for. They ask for the bare feet, but like, I assure you this is, I mean mine don't look hideous, but like, it's not quite as good as women's feet, I think. Search for your name on YouTube. What do you mean you searched for my name on YouTube? Which one? Like, as far as I know, you don't find anything on my name. Not even myself. 130. Yikes. It's not too bad, but like, it's not great. Ah, you searched for Jordan on YouTube, okay. I see. Mr. Brunch. I think we can slightly brake late on this corner. Still, gains are not that massive right now. Car's handling solidly. Probably we're gonna make the setup a lot looser. Because the issues I had obviously at the Nordschleife was I set up a car that was way too understeery. That's caused its own set of issues. What happens when gay people, the word after when is missing, if there's even one. Because hidden behind the stupid hell icon still. I need to find a way to display the chat into my stream that is perhaps not bound to OBS. And the advantage of binding it to OBS is A, if I would just pop the chat out of YouTube, I would also have to deal with the hard icon. And the advantage is if I forget to, that it's just integrated in OBS, so I don't forget about it when I'm streaming. On Linux, I just pop out the chat out of, because it's, I don't need to display it there into VR because I'm not playing in VR usually on Linux. And I have the option to just set the window to topmost, so it's on my second screen always on top. Which there is really neat. Unless I'm just still using the stream key while I'm on Windows actually logged in. Tap the triple dots. Ah yeah, there was no word after when gay people. I see. I see. I always feel that there's like a word hidden behind it, because it's just never clear if there's a word hidden or not. It's just so difficult with that stupid thing. And it's hard for you guys to tell if your word is hidden because the chat pop-out from the chat from OBS is less wide, so the lines wrap around earlier. The levels of misunderstanding in this chat are quite the ride. It's like, what do you mean? I don't think there's any misunderstanding. I think there's no misunderstanding. We know what we're in for here. we definitely know what we're in for here. Me too, buddy, me too. I'm not gay, but I'm sweet. Cue the copy pasta. But yeah, we've gotten down to the same lap time as all 3 other cars. This is awesome. Although we haven't even adjusted the setup, but I think we already also did that with the Lambro, where I couldn't improve on the times with the adjusted setup, which sucked. No, I'm not Swedish. That's the copy pasta. I'm German. But, you know, kind of is worse in that sense. Especially with that copy pasta, that is like really funny. I can't read the copy pasta for obvious reasons, but like... it is an infamous one. An infamous 4chan copy pasta. It's not a 4chan green text. Finally some quality content on your timeline. Yeah, we were discussing the gays. It's a coffee rasta, of course. Yeah, it's I lost all the time. Right, should we adjust the setup a bit? I think I will save this time the setup around before I adjust it. Before we make the same mistake as with Lambro. Right, we've done like... we've done less than 10 minutes. Well, actually we've done more than 10 minutes. I started the stream at... I did start the stream at like... it's 21:45 and it's now 22:10. And I was giving each car 30 minutes yesterday. Relatively precisely, so... we've probably done closer to 15 minutes on this car so far. Got range length for more somehow, I don't mind it. It do be like that. It do be kind of like that. We'll slow lap. Let's pull over and get back to setup. and see if we can actually go faster than the other cars. It's promising that we're already about as fast. We can maybe take a click out of the tire pressures a bit. But like, it wasn't drastically overpressured, it was roughly where it needs to be, so the legs RB01. Lex, it starts with Lex, Jordan. The Lex N24 Hymo race. Lex. Okay, I should bully you for that. Oh, so it's external sound card for my microphone. An oversized one? Oh yeah, right, it's the external one. That is probably actually oversized. Unused and the ones from the V4H race. Which one did you do in Fire Highs? Links. Yeah, I saw. Why are you at 170 BPM off the son-in-law? Yeah, this has been a thing recently. I don't know why my pulse is this high. This has been for the past month or so an issue, where just my pulse is really goddamn high. For not really a reason that I can understand. It just is. And I don't get it. Like, me hitting 170 was previously restricted to me playing Half-Life Alyx and getting into a life or death situation. And I would feel at 170 like I would be shaking, my body I'm shaking, I'm like, I can feel my heart just pounding, and it's like, no, I didn't feel anything there. I'm really not sure if it's wrong measurements or there's just something slightly wrong with me physically. And like, I've had like these, like, I've had like an, I don't know how to describe this feeling. That happened like recently when I was like doing some exercise or something like that, and that happened also like one time when I was like getting off the train, which is funny because I was sitting the entire train, right? Was just about to get off the train. It's like this like weird feeling in the chest. It's like, okay, I should hold my breath. Alright, I usually prefer to calm my nerves down for that, so I can actually do it relatively reasonable. But the thing is, my I know that my pulse has been like, when I got this pulse, been relatively high already, with like 90s and stuff. And when I'm like, I'm sitting in my rig and I hit like 90s and like hundreds at times, but like it's unreasonable occasionally. Like, it's just weird. And it's not like I changed anything in terms of my physical behavior. I don't work out really that much, but like, it's just, I didn't change really anything, and just suddenly from one moment to the other I have like really weirdly high reading. Like, it's just weird. I don't get it. I have in some ways the feeling that this thing is like slightly faulty. Hello there, Andrina. Right, we get perhaps, yeah, I saved the setup, so we'll get back into, adjusting it a bit. Let's reduce the wing angle a bit. Maybe something that seems to be on your mind. I don't know. It's, I haven't been, like, extremely stressed recently. I mean, stuff is always on my mind. It's like, nothing is really different. I haven't been really more stressed recently than any other time. I'm in some ways less stressed. I'm feeling at times a bit tired, but, like, yeah, that's also not, like, being something completely new. Like, nothing is different. It's just... suddenly the numbers were different on my stream, and I didn't notice that. Which has its advantages that I can notice that stuff, but like it's also like, huh? The thing is, this heart rate tracker, after like, I don't know, 6 or 8 months of usage, I had to replace the coin cell in it. So like, I don't know, I don't like that. It's a bit strange how fast that depleted. I made now a point of like specifically popping it off its belt, because I have seen it do phantom readings of like, if it's still popped on the belt after running a race, and like I put it somewhere, it's still getting like a phantom pulse off it, even though I'm not even close to it. Like, it has done weird stuff like that, which is just like, I've definitely seen it do that. It still have like, I don't know, measuring the heart rate of a ghost or something. It's done. Griefy, man. Going to take its hot shower. Now that rhymes. Back. Here we go. Eat. Okay, you're gonna get to bed. Good night then. Working place for me. Wait, what? Wait, who's on there? Oh, Drew Cox. Wait, Drew Cox first beat it in the pit lane. Drew Cox, please. Either drive slow enough or enable the pit limiter. It's comical if you get teleported 5 meters from the exit. I don't know what even spiked it. It's like, again, as I said, in the past, if I hit like 170 on my heart rate, I would very much feel that. I wouldn't feel it as much if I hit 140 or stuff like that. Oh gosh, she teleported again. 140, 150. Okay, she this time... I don't know what she's doing. What are you doing? Just drive. Alrighty. You found customers in workwear. You're asking me how comfortable I am being around other human beings. The answer is just no. Are you comfortable around other human beings? No. just no. Very simple answer to that one. It do be like that. And what else? Let's max out the camera as well while we're at it, shall we? Not like much, but like doesn't matter too much. Turn in. Do I want more toe out in the front? Maybe. We keep the toe on the rear. I think that's fine. A bit of toe there. The springs were, I think, also fine on the setup. It's not changed too much. I lowered the rear wing by quite a bit. Typical introvert. That monitoring, right? Behaving sauce. You mean the... You mean the screen here of the car. This happens whenever I adjust the setup setting. It spasms out. Let's... I don't know. Should I drive out while she's coming up here to the line? Because I don't want It's like, I don't want to impede her practice because I'm technically not even signed up to a championship right now when I'm on the server when I shouldn't be. Right, so like, there is that. But I also really do not want to impede her practice. And it's also a bit better if I, you know, don't get impeded on my lap by her, but like, that's besides the point. That doesn't matter. It mainly matters for me to just, not keep it so I meant your heart rate monitor. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't spend that much money on it, so it's like, I mean, it's still more expensive than a coin cell. So it still made sense to replace the coin cell battery in it, but like, it's not by like a significant margin. But the problem is having just an indication that like this behavior is wrong. I guess I need to just buy another one and see if, you know, I get sus readings from that one as well. Or just, as I said, with like this like weird thing that has like I don't know how to describe these like two incidents where like my heart just felt a bit weird. Like, it just went away afterwards. Where like my chest area hurt like a bit weirdly in that area. I don't know if I need to visit the doctor. Like but again, it requires me to talk to, you know, a person, and like there are other issues that I should probably visit. You know, not necessarily a doctor, but a psychiatrist for. They're big issues. Like, my physical health seems to... Like, I have been in the past usually just like, yeah, perfect health. There's not really a concern with it, and it's like... it's not functioning like one. But yeah, it's had such as I said, it has done phantom reading of like when it isn't even attached to me. I think that in large part drained its battery at the time, so that's why I specifically pop it out of there always. And other weird shenanigans it's done. So I'm just slightly sus. Say I should be worried. Oh boy. What chunked the neck? Oh. Jordan is not a deco, Jordan is a wolf, remember? Jordan's not Nick here, Jordan's wolf. And I'm Fox. There's quite a lot of wolf boys, but like... Okay, the car's now oversteering here. Not good. I thought Jordan was a cat. No, he's wolf. First off, yes, I'm a Neko, and 2, I'm underweight. Wait, you are? I thought you were a wolf. And yeah, I mean, having seen a picture of Jordan, I called him, what was it, a lanky lad? which that annoyed Jordan quite a bit. Fuck's sake. but like, yeah, I mean, the last time I stepped on a scale, it like, can't you cute Rabs cute. What blasphemous statements are being spread here in my chat? I didn't work as a driving. Should equip the spray bottle. It reminds me of a clip of like, well, not clip, it's TikTok, I think. Like a woman being like, I want a cat girl girlfriend. What do you do if that bitch starts hissing at you? It's like, and it cuts away to a guy. Little fucker. Or the other cat's meme of like, you would douse your favorite son in water. And then the cat just gets sprayed off his stuff. I think the only way I've seen it is as a video. As a video in MP4, so like I consumed it as an MP4. I assume it is probably sourced from TikTok, but I don't go on there. I get my TikTok videos from alternative sources. The advantage is I can download them then. But yeah, this is not going faster right now. Which isn't too surprising. Every single time it goes wrong. TikTok, I'm sorry, aren't you one of the zoomers that actually fucking uses TikTok? Jordan. Type to build a new keyboard! A perfect funk is worth another billion in debt. What is that? You probably don't know it because you both don't really keep up with, you know, what is happening in the VTubing scene at large. Like that was obviously the... I think it's called Bunny Garden? I think, the game. It's a game that was released on Steam. Was popular with both Japanese VTubers and also like the EN ones. Where yeah, the gameplay is you go to a strip club and go in dead. I mean, I've not actually even watched a stream of it, I've just seen clips of it. Or like screenshots of comparing one of the girls to Subaru, so with Subaru next to her. I mean, like, yeah, this looks a bit similar. It's just one has a lot more boobs. But yeah, going into Severe Dead Simulator, and considering that, how about making a spin-off for the artists? So they can go dead for keyboard modification. While they're not being able to feel the funk is... Okay, now. Kind of ruins half the fun. Well, you can do gambling, I think, actually, in that game. I mean, large parts of the gameplay is you getting drunk, but like... I've seen Twister being played. I think I've seen even gambling as well. So, you know, it's... So yeah, it's been relatively interesting. But I don't know, I have enough games on Steam, and I'm also just, you know, I will enjoy the lewd pixel art that will come out of this entire thing, but like, besides that, I didn't really care. I don't play Blue Archive, but I consume the supplementary reading materials. And also with Fate. Obviously with Fates as well. Blue Archive, Genshin, all the other gotchas. I don't care about the gameplay, I only care about the art. Alright, I should really swap out of the car to get to the next one. We've driven it at this point like nearly 40 minutes, although we had a longer chat about my heart rate. Me dying, so like, my stomach is a bit grumbling, I don't know. I was on the toilet long, so I don't know why it would grumble again. It's not really grumbling, it's just like hurting a bit, I don't know. But wait. PS1 let's admit us. Right. Let's pull over. I don't think the setup is like any success. Like, but this is literally my usual experience with setup making. It's like, hey, I make the car slightly looser. It literally performs the same. It's like, how the fuck do I even do that? Like, how does this happen? Repeatedly. Like, I reduced the rear wing by like 6 clicks. How did we like not change the behavior at all? Actually, it was 5 clicks. Like, it did a bunch of adjustments. It's like it did nothing. The car handles the exact same, basically. It's like, great, awesome. I'm like fucking genius at that point. So let's go back out of the server and let's roll the wheel again, shall we? First add the car onto the list here. Like sus. Then shall we swap? No, wrong scene. This is the right scene. Let us roll again. Pull out, I can't. Right. Here comes the rain down. Outside. Well, I guess we're driving the Aston a bit. Let's just remove here. Let's swap scene back. And let us drive again. Basically, we have to select the Aston, but again, we have a livery already for that car. Not this one. This one. Look at there. Although, we were not looking at this side for the person of the floorboard there does not want to be associated. And I love the rear view with this. That icon of Senko is just too beautiful. But also the team logo on the right side is also pretty nice. I really like how that came out on the rear end there. That just looks really nice. Select that car and rejoin the server with it. Although okay, I was about to say, like, it's a bit dark. I don't know why the game briefly thought like it needed to go nighttime. Nighttime and nighttime. What time of switch would you look into? Oh, you're talking about keyboard switches. I have no clue. I know you're gonna do well. You want something more funky, more like clicky, and I'm just like, you know, I've heard a bit about it, but like I still have no clue. Like, so it's like, yeah. The fluffiest the fluff keyboards. Oh no, so like you know those this fluffy plush codes for like steering wheels. Around steering wheels. Just imagine that like around the case of a keyboard, and like all the like keycaps are like plush. Technically, I could lend you my Mountain Everest Max. Huh? Well, huh? Huh? The cat. He's catching up to my current stuff. Oh, he's catching up to. So let's reduce the toe again. On the rear. Here's the precious by a click. The thing is, what I have heard about the TC on the Aston is that technically you should run more like higher TC2 values. I don't know. I'm gonna run 0 TC2 as usual, and then run like some TC1 as per usual. We will reduce the rear right height not right height, we reduce the bump stop range a bit on the rear. And then move the brake bus a bit, and that should mostly do the trick. It is running quite a lot of aero on this setup, but we're gonna just try that and see how that works out for us. And then go from there. This is the leader of the float, so Gatron G Pro Silver's installed in it. The critical parts of the brain. Oh, Mr. Brunch has turned up. I guess he's following through on the advice to, you know, try the actually reasonable option of Porsche. I would like to I am kind of considering driving the Porsche, but it hasn't come up in the rules yet. So, I don't know if I should, you know, start picking some cars additionally out of the list. It would perhaps have made sense if I, like, decided from yesterday which one is the least shit out of that car selection. So I had effectively made it like a 3-car showdown. Like, roll cars randomly, do 3 against each other. Pick a win out of those 3. And then repeat that throughout the entire car list. And make a showdown in that way. But on the other hand, I don't feel I have like enough time to really test all the cars out properly. It's really funny how the legs are moving on the downshift. Like, you can on some cars occasionally notice this. I'm not sure if all the cars have, but like... And he didn't do it on that braking zone. Driving off the road because it's Hulk colored. Well, it's manti-colors. Get your facts right. But he also left the server by now. So we're down to Drew Cox and I. Oh, and he's back. Maybe he selected a different portion now. Oh, I can tell it's... Oh god, I break the way too late. But it still somehow made the corner, although it's obviously not fast. Yeah, he keeps leaving and joining the server. What is going on, Jordan? I mean, Drew Cox has gotten down to a 30.8, so like that's relatively good. It's just me who's like washed with his 29s. I say that if I go like 2 seconds faster than her, but like, you know, there's a reason why I'm driving the Pro and she's driving an AM. I think she's qualified for AM probably. I don't remember if where she was in the pre-quali standing. I think she hadn't even done that last time I looked at those ISP moments. Maybe that's the reason why. It's too stable. 30.7, not particularly impressive. That's where Lexus also started. I also had my moment in turn 1. Do I not have a delta? Yeah, the dashboard doesn't have a delta per default. We're gonna just pull it up over there. Yeah, there's immediately like nearly a second out of there. You want me to finally get rid of my weird membrane keyboard. My way too like loud clicky membrane keyboard. But yeah, I have thought of like looking into, you know, replacing that. I mean, it is a keyboard, you can type on it, and I do quite a lot of, you know, my daily typing and interacting on my laptop, so I don't really have an option there with a keyboard. I have thought specifically of also getting an American layout on my keyboard. But then again, I use a laptop, I am at that point forced to use my German keyboard layout on it. Besides literally relabeling the keys. Like printing out labels and sticking it onto the keyboard. Because as much as like, oh, but you can just change it in software. Like, yeah, I can, obviously, but like, you know, do I remember where the slashes are on my keyboard? Or some other obscure symbol that you need every, like, most every other day at times, depending on what you're typing. No, I don't. So the label's not aligning to what you're actually typing is quite an issue. And Vim users pretending that this isn't an issue are just, like, a bit weird. But again, why was I ever surprised when I looked up German German remaps for Vim that like the advice is like just build a fucking new keyboard. It's like remap this and like some obscure like alternative like layouts with from like some hardcore keyboard website and like weird stuff like that you get. ANSI small enter key. Yeah, I mean the big enter is kind of nice, but like the large part issue is just with Vim and like bunch of like neo-Vim bindings, and also like programming in general. The ANSI layouts have, where the German keyboard layout has obviously the Äs, Ös, and Üs, the ANSI layout has like the parentheses and the minuses, and the commas are also different. And it's like, yeah, that's... It also makes like, because Vim uses, I think, the angled brackets for navigating from paragraph to paragraph or function to function. And if you don't have those easily accessible because you have to press Alt G and the top bar simultaneously, that's just not particularly accessible. And while you can attempt to rebind, it seems like no one has actually tried it. It's just the recommendation is just to use American keyboard layout. Which, yeah, the easy part is obviously the Y and Z switch. I have that on my phone keyboard. I am using the American layout because it's just... Because the Android keyboard refused to give me English word suggestions with a German layout. It just refused to do that. It did that with the English with the other keyboards, do that just fine. But the stock Android keyboard doesn't do that. It also doesn't do the fun part with the being able to manipulate the cursor by sliding over the spacebar. Can't do that either. Instead, you pop out the menu for switching keyboards. But yeah, that's not helpful at all. So yeah. But yeah, that's the big thing. It's just the keyboard, the key labels to align better. Yeah, well, right now not sitting too well with our lap times. Oh God, come on. Yeah, that final corner keeps getting me. It wasn't too bad with the Lexus. Lexus operated pretty fine around that corner. I'm fine to typing now. I shall. That's. Oh yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I've been also like thinking like, do I want to buy a Steam Deck? And it's like, So my laptop doesn't have the greatest battery life, and it's like kind of slow at times. It's another Linux device that I could at uni plug into the desk stations where we have like screen plugged in, keyboard and mouse, and you can just feed USB-C and it works. But my laptop is too old for that. It doesn't have any USB-C ports or funny pass-through capabilities like that. So Steam Deck would allow that. Developer got a Steam Deck, that's kind of... But you can totally do that. It's capable in the machine. And also, I haven't been even like playing my Switch at all, even though I still carry it around. Heck, I haven't even been watching that much anime on Train, right? Even though it's like perfect for watching anime. Yeah. PC backup of an old build. Come on, bricks. Oh, Ryoma turns up when I'm doing laps in the now that is ironic. Welcome. I do have a Nintendo Switch. Yes, I do. I do own a Nintendo Switch. I haven't even been playing it much. I bought it like used end of last year. I should probably pull over and just to set up slightly. Because this is not going fast. Not going fast at all. Mustang got nerfed. Call me surprised about that. Not at all. I know I read the first person. Yeah, hello there. I'm driving through a bunch of I'm randomly selecting cars. You can see on the screen what cars I've already driven. It's in that order. Although I drove half of them. The first 3 I drove yesterday. So yeah, we've gotten to the Aston today. But yeah, I bought a used Switch middle of last year. I've played on it. Played Breath of the Wild on it. I've played I beat Pokemon Sword, and I have started a playthrough on what is it called again? Of the newest ones, it's the red one. Yeah, the newest ones. I've started to play through, but I hadn't actually gotten around to finishing it. But yeah, it's been in my bag, and I've been carrying it actually from uni every single day. But like it's been completely discharged because it's just been resting in the back and not getting, charged. Because it's standby, it will just discharge slowly and just run out of battery at some point. And if it goes like weeks without charge, it just dies, and that has happened. And you just haven't had a reason to recharge it. I thought I already had one. Yeah. As I said, I have a Switch. It's just I haven't been using it much. I was like, as I said earlier, the advantage of a Steam Deck is, well, I am already a Linux user. I could actually do dev work on it, especially when the battery on my laptop runs flat again. Because that takes like about 90 minutes to 2 hours, 2.5 hours at most, and then it just runs out of battery, that poor thing at this point. It's old. I did think about upgrading the RAM today because I noticed that like I had like 90% RAM usage today. I was like, huh, that's not good. I don't quite know what completely ate up my RAM. I had like a few tabs open in Firefox. Like I have a lot of tabs obviously open, but like they loaded into RAM a few. I had Thunderbird open, I had a bunch of software open. Probably should reboot it again. But I guess I can check for. But the thing is, I usually reboot when there's a new kernel there, because it's easier to load the kernel that way. Remember Windows is malware, yeah. Again, the laptop runs on a Linux. It's been run. That was my I first daily drove the laptop on the Linux last year. I started with that last year. No, not last year actually. I started at end of. When did I switch that laptop to Linux? Come to think of it, I think it's been a while at this point. 2022, was it like mid 2022 or something? Yeah. 2022. I definitely had it in 2023 already on Linux. and then moved over to Arch in January of this year. I was running Ubuntu before that. Yes, I'm running today obviously on Windows, but like, I've been doing regular streams on Linux. Well, regularly for my circumstances. Being regularly are not of the two things that usually fit into a sentence. But yeah, I do on and off. I mainly drive Linux on my laptop. I do boot Linux on my main PC since about October last year. I've been trying to get stuff like sim racing equipment on Linux to work. And I'm writing also like software to replace some of the, for example, mild elements here and stuff that to make Linux support for that available. So, Moza Win Team Morpho Edition. Yeah, I did mention that I technically have access to a Moza wheel from my brother. So like, if I feel extra bored, I might just write a fucking wheel driver for Moza because that doesn't exist. Okay, here I guess. Let's put a brand new Moza steering wheel special firmware edition. I guess that's the way. But yeah, I mean, I had it for around. I have been thinking before I even debuted as a VTuber back in was it late 2021? I think it's been that long, yeah. And I've been using the same model since then. Go figure. And also me saying like, oh, I will just touch up a few things on this model back in December of 2021. But I did consider buying a new wheelbase for that, and buying new wheelbase at the time, Fanatec, and it's like, well, that's kind of expensive. And like also the availability is not great at the time. I mean, it isn't great now, like for other reasons. They will sell it to you, they just won't ship it. Fanatec. But I did that. I thought about it. I looked at Moza, but like with their rim options weren't particularly like they had a lot of their rim options for the most part were quite expensive, and I wanted to have an open wheeler rim and a round rim. I still have so in the end, I think it was mid 2020, like late 2022, I think it was, when my T300 wheel rim on the left-hand side in the downshift pedal suffered a bit of a crack. So when I pull it, it starts deflecting, and sometimes the downshift doesn't register completely. It just goes very mushy. I mean, compared to Moza shifters, these are already mushy, but like, obviously, it went way more mushy, and like that became a bit of an issue. So I have an open wheeler rim. This is why I'm using it, and I use it for the most part because it's Thrustmaster T300, and swapping wheel rims is cancer. Because you need to screw a stupid screw in that constantly wants to round out, and I need to probably buy a new screw to screw it. You only drive on PC? Yes, I only drive on PC. I only use PC, or Linux for that matter. If you don't count Linux as personal computer. Moza shifters. I have an SH8 shifter. I've bought that a long time ago. I think that was... either it was 2019 or 2020 when I bought the SH8 shifter. It's been a long time. I've had this one for a long time. It's good shit. It's obviously a more attractive option as a European because the shipping costs are a bit better. And I think the price comparison isn't quite as favorable these days anymore. Because it was cheaper than the alternatives at the time, which was the other options were obviously Fanatec shifters, which definitely wasn't cheaper, and Logitech wasn't compatible with anything besides using a janky adapter, third-party adapter for it, and the last option was Thrustmaster, which offered the ability with their TH8A shifter to drive it both on PC or through the wheelbase. It didn't matter too much because I had a wheelbase, but like, doesn't matter. And that one was a bit more expensive than the SHH though. So I did in the end pick the SHH. That's a fun one. Although with how my rig is configured, the SHH is having a bit of issues because it can rotate a bit away. It doesn't get quite a clean clamp in. On a desk it's probably a bit better. LT CVT, it's slow release. Yeah, the T300 release system is not a quick release. And any reviewer claiming like, oh, the screw is optional, just doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. Because I did try driving this thing with just the normal, with just the mechanism screwed in, and not the plastic screw screwed for the plastic. Because that's the thing. Your wheel has threads on it, and the wheelbase has like a nut that basically goes over, and that's how it connects. That's fine. And then you have a screw in this nut on the wheelbase side, and that you basically screw this plastic thing through the plastic of your rim to fixate them so it doesn't unscrew itself. It's ridiculous. But it's necessary because after like, I don't know, 2-3 laps, it will start loosening up and you will immediately feel the flex coming into the wheelbase. I mean, it's not like the T300 is great on like flex levels. If you're like some sim gear snob, that this is not gonna be great, but like, it gets a lot worse. It basically gets undrivable like after 5 laps. Wardrobe. Yes. We're dressing fancy tonight. I will put the T8 shifter on. That's the wardrobe. Dressing fancy tonight for dinner. Let me put on the T8 shift. Oh, that's great ideas here. Right, I need to focus so I can actually, you know, test the car properly. See if I can get it down to lap times the same way as I have done with the other cars. Oh, come on. Shitbox. Yeah, and this thing is a tad bit slower than Lexus, for example. But I mean, on Lexus, I didn't get any lap time gains from my setup adjustments, so it's like... Not like this one is looking too much like it's getting any gains, really, either. Okay, I guess complaining about the performance of the car finally makes it, you know, go faster. Mounted a bit too much the inside curb there. But we didn't lose too much on the exit. Yeah, and kind of... Well, we have already tested the second car for today. So now we're already on the second car, which this gives us a bit more time. Also, while I need to get up early tomorrow morning again, as like... I did rest reasonably well last night, and also it's like it's not too much pressure tomorrow. If I run late, it's not the end of the world. Oh, I broke very early there. Yeah, it's a bunch of time lost there, because I didn't run that corner perfectly. We're getting close towards finally going sub 29. The thing is with the Aston is that there are 3 others already on the grid. And one particular driver I would not look favorable in comparison to. And it's not Psycho. No, it is not him. I think I can still beat Psycho in an Aston. But there's another Aston driver that I don't think I'm fast enough anymore. Like, he seriously put me under pressure end of last season. Well, even mid last season. And I don't think I have quite the pace to beat him anymore. It's just I'm stuck at the same pace roughly the entire time. Well, I can potentially outfox him in strategy. It's just you're too set. Oh well, that was too high exit speed. I got invalidated also for the next lap as well. I don't look favorable if I drive this car. I can see very quickly that like... But yeah, I want to also test all the cars on like a different circuit that isn't just Red Bull Ring, because Red Bull Ring is not... You know, it gives us a decent idea of how they're bopped, which... The result is I perform about the same with all of the cars. So, go figure. That's fun to figure out. The biggest shock was like the McLaren not quite functioning for me. Like that car malfunctioning on me was a bit of a surprise. It was very much a shock yesterday. So we're probably not driving the McLaren. I think that'll be one of the easier choices, that the McLaren is basically out of the running already. It's why it's like the safe bet for me usually. Oh god. Well, that's fun. The car just found the curb there on the outside. It's so annoying, this final corner, because you want to use the extra room to turn into the corner, and then the car just goes, no, it doesn't turn on the curb. But then you run a bit further on the inside, sacrificing room. So the car understeers off the circuit because you don't, or you just cut the corner by accident. Which is also like on the inside, or you run wide on the outside. It's like, it's just, everything can go wrong on that corner. And everything will go wrong on that corner. Yeah, this is a solid card. Probably can be, you know, loosened up further to maybe make more pace. Like, it's very stable at this point, and it's like, yeah, I guess we can loosen it up further and get more lap speed. I'll be 1. But for now, we're gonna save the setup. Hasn't disappointed me much with the pace. It's good. It's been solid on that one. Minus 12 kilograms since getting on the bob. Saving replay. Okay, now we're done with the Aston. So you know what that means. So the stroller. So let us pull up the wheel again. One more time, I guess. To test one more car. What will it be, our final test? It's the Porsche! Now that is exciting. That is really interesting. Because I kind of really wanted to drive the test drive the Porsche at least. Not rigged, but like... I really wanted to do the Porsche. It's quite something that like I kind of want to at least try and see how it performs. Even if, you know, I don't end up driving it or something. Like just seeing how the thing works. So yeah, that's I'm kind of excited for this. Yeah, we've got like quite a few decent cars out of these rolls. Just good choices with the Lambro. Has been good so far. Where's my Porsche? Yeah, there it is. No, that's not the right one. I want to drive the Iris car. Do I have a different one? Oh yeah, we do. We do have this one. Let's drive this one. But yeah, if we look at the car selection here, we've got to drive the we've got to drive the Lambro, which was a decent car. Like the Bentley was also quite impressive how it performed. The 720S was another disappointment. Then today we drove the Lexus, which was also like good, like the Bentley. Like performed, I would say, probably better than the Bentley it handled. Because the Bentley was like quite as good. The Aston performed quite good today. So yeah, the Porsche is gonna be interesting. Porsche is gonna be really interesting. I'm getting excited. Yeah, the Porsche. At 92 degrees. 92 degrees. Jesus. 32 degrees. Okay, 92 would be quite something. Although in freedom units, that's probably. I mean, it's still hot in freedom units, but like not quite as bad. So the problem is setting up a Porsche. This car is known to be highly volatile on the setup. If you don't do it perfectly, you just die. This is the Porsche driving experience. So this one is gonna be just fun setting up and getting it maybe not to work. ECU map 8 because that's maximum power on the car. It's just one of the odd things with the Porsche. Tow out is usually something you also run on the Porsche, but we're gonna just run a slight bit of tow on the rear. Just to get a bit of a feel maybe for how the car drives. Let's just see how it drives. We're gonna probably iterate the setup a bit faster. Although Jordan did say the car is too stable for him, so maybe we just destabilize the car very quickly. Calibrates really nicely out of that corner. The rear left is getting up to pressure already, but the... Oh no, it actually isn't. I'm stupid, I'm not capable of reading tire pressures correctly. Yeah, the tires are still coming up to pressure right now. But yeah, the interesting part will be trying to get pace out of the thing. I need to trust the throttle here. Just it will plan. Or it should at least. Like it was a bit squirmy there. Car slides a bit in that corner. You could break even later, it seems, into this one. And compared to a lot of other cars. There's a bit of oversteer. Wouldn't be a Porsche without it. It ate that inside curb quite well. Let's see what time we're gonna clock here. Across the line, 29.4. That's quite good to start off with. Now here, trusting a bit more the plant. Oh, come on. That wasn't good. Cost all the time. It slides a bit weirdly in that corner. Yeah, we need third gear there. Otherwise we don't have the acceleration. Fourth gear is too long. I mean, despite this car being naturally aspirated. But it's like such a high revving car that you have to kind of treat it like a turbo. You're not dealing with turbo lag, but like you're dealing with just... You need the revs, otherwise this thing isn't moving. Doesn't have torque. Well, like some turbo cars have a lot of torque. But yeah, she is driving quite nice on this circuit. Like, it does remind me of having driven it at... Like, about a year ago, driving it at... Oh, come on. What was the track? Watkins Glen. Around the 1.9 update. And it just... it was really good on that circuit, but I couldn't get the car to work at Donington. That was just one of the most disastrous races, and it made me give up the Porsche as a main and return to the Bentley. Because yeah, it just keeps falling apart occasionally. Like that. Who gets 20? I'm back. Welcome back. Look what we've rolled here. Also, I think you missed me driving the Aston. But yeah, I drove the Aston in between. In between the Lexus and the Porsche, we've now driven also the Aston. First run right now. It is going about as fast as the Aston did in the second. But yeah, Porsche is handling quite nice on the circuit. Question is, will it do on the other circuits? And I have especially bad memories with the Porsche around Hungaroring. So doing my pre-quali runs is gonna be a bit more fun. Obviously I couldn't have a 28 there. The universe still won't let me that. It does love to lift off oversteer there quite heavily. Need to figure out how to drive this better there. Oh, that was not particularly good line out there. Kill me every corner. Yeah, it doesn't want to kill you at every corner, it's just every other one. So it's a bit better. Tire pressures are a bit low, I'm just noticing. Need to jump those up a bit. Oh god, it's completely understeer there. But yeah, my brake and coast control in this car is not quite there yet. Well, probably won't ever be, but it sometimes rotates out of control here. It's a bit of an issue. What? A lap invalidated for seating. I'm trying to kill you every corner. Oh god. Should we try some setup adjustments, I say? But yeah, we're starting to running into issues with the car. It's not too surprising. It's a Porsche after all. It starts to slightly misbehave right now. I can probably increase on 0.5 on that tire. 0.3 on these. I'll turn this one. Perhaps 2 more there. So that should fix the tire pressures. 992 RB01. So save the setup before we do any more adjustments, because there's a relatively good baseline which I want to operate. The car is having at times issues in the high speeds that it destabilizes, so maybe contrary to everything, we lower the rear ride height. I'm not increasing the wing angle, we're lowering ride height right now. I could min-max the suspension settings. I don't know if this still works technically. I think it still does, min-maxing the bump and rebound. I'm not gonna figure out what the actual perfect values is. This is just way too much effort. So we just yank those to min-max values, and it's a sound decision in my opinion. And I don't know, I think that's it. We're gonna increase the cam on the rear tires by 1 click, or else there's basically nothing. Because that's already in max. Can I hug your tail? Aww. Yes, yes, you can. And once a day only. I don't even know if you've watched Senko-san. So I don't even know if you actually get that reference. It's been a few years since I've watched Senko-san. Because the anime aired in 2019. It's been 5 years since that anime came out. You're feeling old yet? I hope you do. Also, remove the brake bars a bit forwards, actually. Oh god. The special privilege of new toys. Was a bit slow on the acceleration there. Oh, I lost a bunch of time out of that corner. Oh, I forgot to downshift. Will it be? It is! We finally got a 28! Oh, that is impressive. I'm down quite a bit this lap. Gravel touching would not help. But yeah, lowering the ride height really helped in that corner. And it's suddenly stable through there. Like just making the car more stable makes it faster. Who could have thought of. Not every time it's about loosening up the car to get more rotation. Sometimes it's just being able to utilize the rotation because you can't trust the car to not just kill you. Or that you don't have to fight the car. It's also fun that this car is relatively competitive at a... Well, I mean, it does have LFM buff, but like, that it is relatively competitive at a track that is highly high speed, and that's not even running like particularly low downforce. Although it will be, you know, not particularly fun in the race, because it will... You will obviously suffer greatly against everyone else on the straights. You will have to do the best of it out of those corners. Because no one can out-accelerate a Porsche. You just can't. Porsche's just... With one of the fastest car out of the corner, it just punches so hard. You have a wonderful time here to headpads. I forgot to read that one. Sorry, but like... Should probably ask Chris for like the Nordschleife setup for this car. Because after all, I want to test. On the other hand, I want to test this car on another circuit. It's you, a Fubo. God, my lips are dry. I just licked across them and it just was like, man, they are dry. Well, that's not the ideal line. I was trying to grab my water bottle, but I can't find it right now. Oh, that's a bit too deep. Continue. I don't know if I should run like a few more laps, see how the car's behavior changes, because after all this is a Porsche. Fuel tank at the front, change its behavior quite drastically throughout the stint. Now in V-Track, because it is a 1 hour race with a mandatory pit stop in the middle, you won't have as many issues as you would in, well, running an endurance race actually with this thing. Because endurance race, you put the full fuel basically in and, you know, run an hour on this. Obviously here we just have to run 30 minutes on it. And if it changes its behavior, eats tires, or does other weird things, then doesn't matter. You're off the tire set anyway in like half an hour time. It's like it's not a big deal. That was a bit wide. There's my water bottle. But I mean, with how this one is set up, I think the only change we may experience is when we go below 20 liters, so it's gonna take a moment till we get down to that level. It's saying that the fuel tank will last another 25 minutes, so that'll take a moment to deplete. Running with 2.4 liters a lap. Oh, that was too bad. But I do need to obviously actually practice during the week before we track with this car. I can't just show up in the middle of qualifying, because if it doesn't quite behave correctly, I will not be able to fix it in time. Like, I might have just now gotten lucky with the adjustments, and that it A was pretty good at the start already, and B that like my adjustments immediately resolved the last bit of issues I had with the car. That's a bit early somehow. And yeah, we're lapping relatively consistently, like 29 flats. That was quite nice. There is perhaps a bit more pace in it, but that was also the case with the other cars. The challenge is composing the lap together. That sometimes just doesn't come together. Question is what car number will I go for, because obviously I can't use number 1. Like, even if ISA isn't driving, like, that's just rude and disrespectful to use number 1 when you're not the running champion. And I don't want to use 77 again, because that's Team Ira's numbers. I don't know if 44 is already used as a number. We have been running that number for V-Track, for V4H, and for I'm also running in the Pseudo Championship. We've also run number 25 for the, what is it called, the for Checkered Flag with our Lexus. That's running under number 25. 25 in reference to the Senko being 25 kilograms. Senko might as well be used as LFM BOP. That's a funny consideration. Oh, Greg's joined the server. Well, Greg is gonna suffer a fucking heart attack looking at my lap time. Also gonna be slightly confused, you know, seeing me lap when I'm not signed up technically. But yeah, car number is an interesting choice. I could go for 911 because I'm pretty sure no one else has used it. Because I'm the only Porsche. Would be the only Porsche driver. 999 would also be an option, obviously. Don't know if I could do another like 911 pun. Because usually, like, Porsche teams sign up with, like, some number leading in with 9. That's, like, something IRL and in sim racing is often done. I don't quite like that, and, like, perhaps want to do that again. I mean, the car's not a 935, so... And just running 911 plainly is also not too fun. I guess we could run 925. To reference back to Senko. What else? I mean, with Iris, I've I think done also 977 before. But again, not interested in reusing 7. I guess I could go for 998 because I have in the past run 98 as my car number. Okay, downshifted to first by accident. But yeah, pace is dropping off right now a bit. We've only burned about 30 liters. So, you know, roughly halfway through a stint, probably a bit more. Considering it is calculating me still with having 17 minutes worth of fuel. So we've probably run already 17 minutes. Rock hasn't even driven out yet. It's maybe he's just watching me, or he's just prepping setup or doing something else. Or looking at the sign-ups to see if I've signed up. You know, that's the other option. Well, Isaac has showed up. He was probably waiting on Isaac then. So the other Stuttgart car has now showed up. One is the Untertürkheimer, the other one is the Zuffenhausener. Guess which one is which. Or Cannstatter. You depending on what you. Okay, both are now out on track. So he was just waiting for him to join so two can do laps together. It's doing now the oversteer thing again on this corner. That's what this car does. Okay, that was... Should have down geared a bit earlier because there was some rotation due to the down gear mid corner. Oh god, come on! Got fucked over by the stupid curb there. Forcing a bounce. So I'm not set a time yet. Would be interesting to see what times they are setting. Or if they're gonna sand back now because I'm here. Probably not. Isaac opens up with a 30. He might have had to avoid Greg or something. Oh, Greg is driving behind them. He got by quite a bit, like they're nearly 8 seconds separated. Slow as all hell. The thing is, when I picked up a new car every time I was in the 30s, so like, they might soon come back down from that number. So this is their first flyer. We're down to 20 liters now. Gap is fluctuating to drag in front. I had to brake a very long time there. The car just kept destabilizing slowly. Just was... Okay, now the car's starting. Yep, we're starting to get into the zone. Car's not liking its low fuel load now. That's the issue with the Porsche. It's sudden and abrupt, but like it is now happening. The car's not quite behaving as it should anymore. So we will probably start with a lot more fuel for the race. Like you start on 80 liters and then pit at with like a good 20 liters on the tank. Just to prevent the debalancing of the car. Come on. Greg has returned to the barrage. I'm starting to get the grip of it again. But yeah, I think we're gonna drive this thing completely dry at this point. Just run the it's 10 minutes roughly now. Run the thing completely dry of fuel. And we have a good idea of just how the tires look after the stint and all of that good stuff. And there goes Isaac getting into the 29s finally. mean, but then again, Isaac is about a second off the pace in pre-quali to the fastest time there. We really need to get an idea how this car performs in pre-quali. So what we'll probably do is... I don't know what it will do first. Go on the Nordschleife, test the car out there, and or go test drive the Hungaroring offline to see how the car performs. And after that, do Nordschleife. Pretty sure I'm not gonna do the pre-quali tonight because I don't have the password laying around. Doesn't seem anybody Jordan is here anymore to tell it to me. So and we're not gonna exploit this any further. So I'm just gonna sign up with the car and then do the pre-quali tomorrow. Not today, today! Or, in a better meme, tomorrow! Oh yeah, car is falling off quite quickly right now. I mean, it has half an hour of running now on the tires. Still the fastest, but like, again, Isaac is himself a second off fastest people. Grid is stacked. And being able to do high 29s is not particularly reassuring. Especially as the tires drop off right now and I'm actually getting towards the high 20 myself. Oh, ouch. That was completely wrong turning point. And it's midnight now. 3 more laps of fuel. Still an hour on the in-game session time. Tire pressure's a bit on the low side. I thought I had addressed that, but apparently not quite completely. Although, no, it's also an issue on the rears, it's not just the front tires. Yeah, I don't know why that could happen, you know. Maybe because I hit the fucking curb in turn 1. And launched my car into a lower orbit in the process. Didn't quite have a fast exit. Yeah, I got slightly unsettled over the apex. Low fuel warning, okay. thank you, but like I don't care. Swap that over. So we still have half a night here of what we're doing in terms of speed. Like, yeah, it destabilizes mid-stint here a bit, but like, it does come back before the end again. So it's like, it's interesting with this car. Right. One more lap of fuel. We're really close to maybe improving on the final lap here. If I'm not gonna come in to the pits. Doesn't matter anyway. If we pit or not. I lost the time on the exit there. Didn't quite cut correctly. Yeah, but 28.9. And now I have half a lap of fuel remaining. Let's just pull over at that point. But yeah, she did really well there. That was very impressive. Well, Greg has finally gotten also down into the 29s. He was struggling for a long time with his lap times, but like now he's also gotten there. So yeah, how did the tires set to? Light graining on the all tires, Jesus! It is a single stint, 30 minutes roughly, light graining on all tires. I guess that is the Porsche experience, to say the least. Oh, there goes the Merc. Right, this is the brake bias I was running. And, well, temperatures they're roughly the same, so like, that maybe just jack the tire pressures up by O2, all of them. And then save the setup. Is the O2. Is a worthy iteration or not? That's Greg driving with like pink gloves. That's kinda cute. A bit wide. Right, how many laps did I do in one go? Getting minus 24 kilograms on my belt. Well, I think it's quite fast. Let me check briefly on the LFM side. Because the thing is, the Bob got updated on Monday for this track. So I think the Bob is not quite up to date on this circuit. On the server. Where's some cars moving around? Or not. I guess that was actually on Imola? A misread and that Bob wasn't updated on the circuit. Kyalami, Laguna Seca, Misano, Montparnasse, Nürburgring, Alton Park, Silverstone, Snetterton, Spielberg, Red Bull Ring. Bob, yeah, that's from yesterday, literally. So yeah, this here is the most up to date. Minus 26 kilograms, so you know that looks to me actually more than I'm already running. So it's a bit more favorable towards me. Then the McLaren gets plus 21 kilograms. The Ferrari minus 6. The Aston minus 14. I don't quite remember how much I was getting minus 4. But like, I think roughly this numbers. Like, it's probably moved just by a few kilograms here. Yeah, they do say to like 0 change in them from the last version, which was I think a few days ago. Right. So yeah, how much Bob? Plus 5 for the plus minus 16 for the Ferrari and plus 5 for the Merc. That's what's currently on the server. And on the spreadsheet here, it's plus 4 for the Merc and minus 6 for the Ferrari. So you know he's actually getting more Bob help than he's gonna get on race day likely when they update the Bob. Right, we've saved the setup. We have everything we want. Let's get back out of here. So. Now, we have tried all the cars, and I'm, at this point, pretty sure what I want out of the car selection. So let's just add the pork at the bottom as well, just so we have all of them. So you just have the whole list of cars that I've now driven and considered and everything. So, well then. Right, so we need to obviously go down into single player and test the car. Porsche. Yes, it's this one. Ferrari car. So we want to go then. I think we'll test Hungaroring first. Right. This is a meaningful track. Give us, what do we have in terms of weather settings? Nothing outrageously hot. Let's see how our car performs here. The Porsche is usually suggested to perform relatively well in the circuit, and then historically I don't perform too well in the circuit. So there's these two factors. TC2 down. Yank the caster up. I like those toe settings already. Suspension settings look fine. Dampers, we're gonna min-max that shit already. And then we're gonna... Ten rear wing, that sounds reasonable. 4-3 on the brake ducts, that also sounds reasonable. Okay, we're running obvious. Actually, should I not take the fuel out because we're all gonna, you know, do pre-quali, so we're gonna use less fuel. Nah, we're gonna just run a decent amount of fuel in the car.
Give it all you can.
Yeah, you can do that also with the Porsche. Porsche is a pit stop monster in that sense. Because you can just roll the car away on the starter at the end of a pit stop. The NSX, Even McLaren aren't quite as good on the pit stops. Oh. Now that's the fun part. This is the part where he kills you. The lines are all over the place right now, Jesus. That wasn't invalidation, that was too far. Come on, that was way too early on the brakes. Can brake at the marker board there. That was horrid. Can I please turn you? Thank you. Ook. Yeah, this is the usual more like the Porsche experience I'm used to. Ah, not quite the correct mount. God damn it. Like, this is horrid right now. I'm just used right out the Red Bull ring. Oh, come on, the understeer. Like, I pray that this is gonna be like a 46 at least, but like, I don't think I'm even gonna get that. This is just so dreadfully awful. Yeah, 46.9. Just yikes. On all fronts. I still forgot that I need to brake after the stupid fucking marker board. God, you can just cut that corner by so much, it's not even fair. Still not the right mount there. What are we gonna get here? 45 seconds. 7. Yikes, that's still awful. Like, just dreadfully awful. I think Jordan is even faster than that. Although there's like nearly half a second just in turn 1 by braking later. Feels like I'm slightly locking the front tires. Oh, come on! Fucking hell, I hate this corner. Like, I graze the curb and it just goes nope. It just sends me. So the car's really unstable over there. Look at why it wants to unsettle so much over that curve. Yeah, I need to find a lot of lap time still. Oh god. I'm driving like so shit! Like, this thing just demands a lot of attention to just place the car just correctly. Otherwise it will immediately tell you that you're wrong and just kill you. What was that? Why did the car not slow down? I broke it to say a marker, what the fuck? I used the marker board and then suddenly just blow the braking zone completely. Brake even less there. Oh, overcooked this one completely. Just took the invalidation instead. Even if 1 second improvement, however, isn't quite enough, I need like 1.7 seconds. I don't know where I'm supposed to find that much time. Like, sure, we can take some fuel out, that will help. Maybe. Maybe it will make the car worse, but like, there's Porsche issues. Still undershot it. Oh, I hate this corner already. Because I need precision braking again. And I keep ending up on the wrong spots in terms of my brakes. Oh, come on! You fucking piece of shit! I hate you! Oh, pre-qualifying is gonna be fun! Just having to deal with this car completely wanting to just not do corners. At times and just change direction at mid-corner there. And still, it's not quite enough in terms of gains. It feels like you're gonna overshoot it, then suddenly you undershoot still. This corner is so weird. Oh, I missed the apex there. Obviously cost time. There's the second. That's just still obviously not enough. You need lower times. That one is just so tricky to get right. Should try mounting the curb there again. Oh, missed the apex there. Oh, and invalidated. But still, where am I supposed to gain like half a second in this lap? Like, and that consistently because it's like 5-lap shootout. I can perform this lap time consistently, but like not 140s. That's just fucking crazy numbers. This is the frustrating part. I never have pace. It's just, it's so close, but like you can't do anything. You just get stuck constantly. And you start consistently setting the same times, and you just can't move it any further down. Should just stay in 4th there. It's just better for stability. I see the ABS chatting quite a bit to me. In the braking zones. Don't know if that's just I'm running the wrong brake bias. Should probably move it perhaps a bit more rearwards to allow the car a bit better rotation. Sweating so much. Oh, I'm not even going fast. Well, it's classic. I'm missing like about a second to like actually have good lap times. I'm so close, but yet so far. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. The reality is, this is not the fault of the Porsche. It's just my fucking dumb luck with these things. Come on, fucking piece of shit. We're not even on the pre-quali server yet. You're underperforming. You're not even composing any amount of good labs, and you're really starting to annoy me already. Like, you worked at not Hungaroring. You worked at. I mean, even here you're working reasonably well handling-wise. It's just, what do you want? Why do I need to touch you? Did you finally just start working again and like perform perhaps a bit faster? You stop fucking me over constantly. And there goes oversteer out of the corner. Just to add to like something like I feel like I'm losing a bunch of time in turn 1. Okay. Rearwards bias was not the answer. The car is now over-rotating under the brakes. It's starting to slide there. And there goes the lap again. The issue is that it's a bit too unstable, this car, in the low speed stuff. Medium and low speed stuff. The high speed stuff is fine, it understeers there. But like the medium speed is just, it's struggling badly to turn at times. Well, it doesn't struggle badly turning, that's not the problem. It is struggling badly with just staying put and not wheel spinning crazy. And sliding. Slip sliding too much there. And now we're getting just understeer perfectly and in this turn. I'm just not finding any time really. There's some, but like it's really sketch to cut both of them. Because it doesn't mount the second one particularly properly. And there goes another lap because of track limits. Just understeered a bit too much again. That didn't tuck in. Do we have the range just to get like chance to have like 210s out of it? And get lucky on a bounce in one of the corners. And then lose a 10 from the final corner because obviously that will fucking happen. We're still miles away from anything reasonable competitive. Continues to feel like the car is not gonna make the corner until it suddenly makes it. I hate you. Okay, fine, we're gonna stop driving you and then, like, you know, have a heart-to-heart and maybe talk about things. Maybe you could finally sort yourself out, you stupid thing. Gosh, I hate making setups. This is just what I circle back to, because it's like, what do I improve on this? It doesn't behave quite like I needed to. It's slow as fuck. Something isn't quite right. But who can tell? No one. No one can figure out what was wrong with this car. There's nothing really anyone can tell. It just isn't quite behaving as it should. That's basically the entire problem, is that. But yeah, it's understeering at high speed. We're gonna remove some rear wing. We're gonna put maybe more toe on, because just stabilize it. Camber, we're gonna put camber on the rear. That sounds like perhaps an idea. Maybe also soften the suspension bit. 3 clicks down on the suspension stiffness. It's a lot softer. Maybe 2 clicks. I don't know. Nah, I would keep 3. 3 is a good idea. Keep the bump stop range roughly the same. Let's increase it slightly in the front. Sounds kind of productive, but like, you know. We're gonna keep that. Maybe soften the rear anti-roll bar because it's on 4. It's a bit high. But we're struggling with the low speed stuff, so that can help. Right. Lower rear wing angle. Right, okay. Let's try this. See how this will perform. I mean, we can still remove the fuel, so that's something that can help, but I don't think I'm gonna get more than like half a second out of that. Especially due to this being a Porsche, so. But it took that curb a lot better. I don't know if that's just I got lucky. Or if it's just genuinely now taking the bumps here in the circuit better. That feels very slightly better. That didn't slow down. So do know. Still a struggle to get through here. Maybe we'll just, you know, go for high aero, high rake. See how that helps us. Get the car to work. Also, do I have a splitter on this car? Because I know the McLaren has, but I think also the 991-2 has a splitter to adjust. I don't know if this thing has a splitter adjustable. Usually you don't increase the splitter above 0. It's immediately a 10th down. Oh, I love logistic setups. It's locking now into these corners. Still struggling over those curves a bit. But softening the suspension was definitely, I think, a good decision. I just stabilized the car mid-corner there. And it went immediately into understeer due to that. Fucking hell, I hate it. It's like the 3/10 down. Like, come on, can I just have this unilateral improvement? It clearly should be in there because I'm not fast enough to have exhausted all the options. But except that I keep just running out of improvements constantly. Right. Apparently this setup favors a bit more rearward bias compared to the other one. How much cut you can get away with is criminal on that corner. Like, that's still a valid lap after that. Yeah, and this is the problem, like, it keeps on... Like, how do you need to line this up to jump the second curb? Because you need to, because it's a lot faster. Like, it is genuinely, like, 2/10 just that one curb jump. So you need to run it, but, like, you can't because it just keeps sending the car in the process. And you will invalidate in the process at least one of the laps. And this car needs to provide 5 consistent laps without invalidation. Get sure banking is about as painful as you can get. Here's this fucker. Oh great, awesome, I needed some oversteer out of the final corner. You know, my lap wouldn't be perfect if it was mid 45s. Ah! Fuck's sakes. Can't. Didn't mount the run the line quite correctly and just fucking understood off. I mean, I'm getting annoyed at this right now, considering Yeah, this is fucking bullshit. You heard of the haptic feedback pads you can attach to your chair? No, I haven't. No, I have not heard of them. What I find interesting is how the tire pressures keep increasing, despite us standing still in the grass. I guess the brake discs keep heating the tires up, considering they're still red hot. But it's like, you adjust the setup and then the car just, it becomes more shit. Well, it did improve the handling slightly, but like it didn't, it's still slow, like awfully slow at this point. O2. Should I do one more run because I'm not starting to lose my sanity already again. So we're gonna try this thing with high rake. High rate config instead of running this thing. Can we just split? No, we can't just split off. Okay. There's that. I'm just sort of out of ideas at this rate to get the car to handle quite alright. Yeah, high rake. Let's try and high rake set. One more attempt on this. And then I guess test drive the car briefly on the Nordschleife and then just send Reska the message of like, hey, I want to sign up with this car. Even though I'm not happy right now how the car's... The thing is, I need to pre-qualify them tomorrow. And also make a livery. It's like, there's so much stuff to do! Like, can it just stop already? There's just so much stuff I need to do. I'm just tired because... And I guess at least I got something done today. Whoa! Now that was completely unasked for in terms of rotation. One thing, however, that does not want to change is the understeer for that corner, despite me literally trying to fix that. With every single setup adjustment I make. That's one quite right line. Hello Greg, how are you doing? I saw you earlier do some laps with your Ferrari. I was finishing up driving this car. Did a long run test on it. See how it performs. For 4 fuel stints. Was very pleased about it. I'm not so pleased about its pace around Hungaroring. It's... I mean, I'm offline, but like it... And I'm running 60 liters, but like it is... kindly refusing to do well. It is causing me also a lot of pain with the second curb there on the chicane. It just doesn't want to perform there. quite like I wanted to. Man, I'm like now a second off the pace, for fucking sakes. Sitting in the fucking 45s and... I hate this track with a passion at times. It's only good with like the KTM Crossbow or the Maserati. Both of these cars are really great on this circuit. Like, it just doesn't want to work for me, that's kind of the problem. There's nothing I really hate about it, it's just it refuses to work kindly for me. I just can't perform on it. I missed the apex there. Oh, I hate this stupid curve because the problem is if you cut it, you get randomly just ejected. But if you don't cut it, you also get randomly ejected and it's a lot slower. But yeah, I think the high rake approach is working a bit better. Not by much, but like... it's something. So, you're doing 29, so I think still that's fine. Yeah, for silver this is probably fine. I'm very much worried that I'm not up to pace because I was doing low to mid 29s with basically every single car I drove from the circuit. The Porsche was my fastest because I was able to get into the 28s with it. But I was regularly lapping 29 O's, 29 2s, 29 O's, 29 2s, 3s, 2s, 1s. Vinny, I'm struggling with getting sub 45. It's fucking embarrassing. I'm having enough of this fucking shit. And the fun part is I do have to still do pre-qualifying for this. God, I hate it. I haven't even done that, and I have no clue how I mean, taking the fjord will help. I think the pre-quality server runs in a bit better temperatures. Maybe the BOP will help. Maybe it will make me worse because it's probably bops the Porsche pretty heavily because it's the Porsche at fucking Hungary. Like, it's the historically strong combinations. It's... yeah, I'm having fun. Happy having fun is a good descriptor for what I'm doing. It's not quite as bad as me losing my complete sanity while driving the 728s last night. That was something. Right. One more thing before I end the stream and then I start. Well, one more drive to say before I end the stream and then contact Reska to sign me up for. And that is, I think 6 AM for this. I'm gonna do the last test drive on this car before I hand it off. I think you can guess where we've just gone. Full fuel. Tires at 1. TC2 off. Caster all the way. Runs quite a bit of tow here. 8 wings sounds fine to me. Temperatures are a lot lower though. Suspension looks very stiff for the circuit. We're gonna take 3 clicks out of that again. That helped a lot at Hungaroring. Because I'm not gonna just drive this thing again with... Right. Drive it. Turn the headlights on. Let's have... I mean, I could have also done night draft, but I prefer sunrise. Sunrise is just beautiful. If I was doing a longer session, I would select 5 AM, because then the sun wouldn't be already over the horizon. You would have... It would look a bit better as it starts peeking over the... but I do prefer it this way a bit. But this way it works quite fine for just doing one flyer. But yeah, I do think my 28s are not gonna be enough on Saturday to actually be mixing up in the front Rioma, Chiara, Emilia. They're just too fast for me, and in the new Ferrari. They're just gonna be too fast for me. I think they're gonna go 27 in quali likely. Sounds like when you're like Donkey Kong, Mario Kart 64. It's such an odd thing to mention. I need to dump my Mario Kart 64 cartridge. Because yes, I have a Mario Kart 6. I own it used in 64, and I own secondhand in 64, and I own a copy of Mario Kart 64 for it. And I got my cartridge dumper, so I was able to actually dump. I'd finally ordered it, and it arrived really quickly. Like, yeah, I think I ordered it like, I don't know, was it last week? I don't think it's been 2 weeks for that. Maybe it's been. Time flies pretty fast. But yeah, I did order that cartridge dumper, and it arrived very quickly from Japan. Probably still have to pay the imports fees for that. It hasn't arrived yet, that letter. Because it's FedEx, I don't pay it at the door. FedEx just mails you a bill later. DHL makes you pay at the door, which is really inconvenient because, well, their delivery guys do not have change, so you have to pay in cash precisely. It's fucking ludicrous. It's really annoying. Luckily, the only item I'm gonna, well, import at this point is near future is the Face Connect merge. Whenever that will happen. Toward the order with the stackable plushies, whenever they will whenever they can finally sort the supply issues that they're having with that one out finally. And then after that, the issues with the... And then the Fire High and Scarf. Because obviously the Pippa Fire High is there a must. Someone who sim races and Fire Highs. Yeah, those sections are handled right now really nicely. Oh god, there was quite a bit of rotation there on the brakes. But this lap time probably will be above 820 likely. I think the car has enough pace on this setup to channel up sub 20. Yeah, that's no way it's gonna channel sub 20. Oh god. Well, we're not having light damage. Oh god, it just suddenly snapped into understeer there. Like I drive into that corner and it just goes nope and just sends me straight on. Gotta love how this happens sometimes with this car. Just gotta love it. That's just fucking dreadful. It just went like, nope, you're gonna get understeer now. Good luck. And just sent me. Metzgesfeld is already like a really tricky corner at the best of times. I'm kind of really surprised. I don't know. I have error of like really a lot of crashes on that corner. But like in Sims, it happens so easily. It's such an easy corner to have a massive shunt on because the car just keeps understeering through it. You get understeered, you're just gone there. Like, people crash at bridge, but bridge is really not that tricky compared to Metzgesfeld. Bridge is really not that dangerous. Yeah, obviously, like, Piff Puff still can get you with stuff, but like, what do we do otherwise in the setup? What else can I do to perhaps get a car to perform slightly better? Maybe do lower the rear wing, although it is risking, you know, deep stabilizing the car. Dry speed stuff. And it does handle like Flugplatz really well. It's like it's just that one corner it decided to just go no and send to me. So that's fun. When you just find a random corner where the car just decides to nope you. But yeah, this is gonna take me another 10 minutes now. Wrap up the stream. Well, it takes another 10 minutes to wrap up the stream because I just keep yapping, but it will take at least another 10 minutes for us to complete the outlap and then the flyer. Yeah, it does understeer for the first part here, there's a lot. And the Schumacher is. I don't know how road cars actually take Metzgesfeld. Considering that GT3 cars are struggling to turn through, the road car has to probably brake, which is why it's a lot easier to get through that corner for all the classes besides GT3. Because it's N24, the GT3 drivers will probably also just like braking and lifting through that corner. But on sim you just can't do that, you lose too much time. Like in real life you can allow yourself to just slow down excessive amounts of time for a corner. For 24 hours it just doesn't matter, but like... on the sim you just can't. Especially when you're already enough down on pace as me. You need to take advantage of every last bit you can get. Stroll. Well, that is the car selection of the cars we have driven so far. As you might have also gleaned off the thumbnail, I had picked some fun options, fun names for the cars on the wheel. What car's the Stroll? You can't figure out what the Stroll is. Well, I mean, on the wheel I actually put, you know, V8 behind it to make it patently obvious what car it is. Because only really one car in this game is described by its cylinder count. No. I mean, we had obviously the Lexus, Lambro. Will this time get around this corner? Yeah, we did. Got a bit of locking there on the front. Didn't quite get the car tucked in. Oh. Yo. You still haven't figured out what the Stroll is. You know, the V8. There's a Stroll V12 also in the game. I'm gonna show you the wheel afterwards as well. Yes, it is the Aston. Of course it is the Aston. Because Stroll, the owner of Aston Martin, and I think he did sell quite a bit of his stake in the Aston Martin Motor Company. Oh, I think also in the F1 team a bit recently. And Wasn't it in prep for... I don't know how the structure is, if he still owns Aston at this point. I know that he did, at least at some points. I didn't even realize. Yeah. Yeah, I think he does own Aston still. Come on, turn in car. Yeah, the action of strolling around. I was sure I was gone. I was so sure that was gone. That was a goner, but like, the push was like, no, we're not dying yet. On the last few meters, we will just. Porsche, the car is as hardest to recover, just recovering for what it might as well be 90 degrees sideways landing. Now, let's go for the straightaway here. Let's see where we arrive here. How much speed we're gonna get here. $175. Not 175, 275. I'm honestly not too terrible with this car. Like, it's genuinely not slow on this circuit in terms of top speed. On the gantry with now 8 minutes. This might not even be a terrible time. Not quite Lexus beta. We just about missed out going sub 20. How do you normally pronounce BMW? Well, you mean Germanly pronounce? Or how I usually pronounce it, obviously, on stream. Because I usually just pronounce it BMW on stream. But, like, obviously in German, you would pronounce it BMW. BMW, Bayerische Motorenwerke. No, I don't say it in a German way, because that makes no sense for me. It's in Italian. I mean, I do it with Mercedes. Oh, I guess sometimes pronounce it with Mercedes. It's just, you know, the German is just saying 3 letters, so it's like, it becomes too jarring to speak at that point. If you do it any other way. If you try to do it, you know, incorrectly. And now we're gonna practice briefly a pit stop here. Because this is quite fun with the Porsche. Doing a pit stop by... Yes. Switch the engine off earlier. I think I stopped a bit early. No, that was quite right. I didn't quite hit that mark. But yeah, you can just drive off. You don't have to press the clutch in and release it. You can just drive off on the starter motor. And I was a bit late on the pressing the starter in to get it right for the exit speed. But like, yeah, that's gonna be fun for V-Track. I can make up a bit of time in the pit stop at least. Although I'm probably not gonna be fast enough really for it to mean much. But like, that's not the fault of the Porsche. When I tested all the cars on the list, I was performing roughly the same. Yes, the Porsche ended up being the fastest, but I also like, you know, I had the most fun kind of also with the car. Like, it handled reasonably well. The McLaren was like one of the biggest disappointments out of all of them. The others were all reasonably good. The Porsche was like quite a surprise for me, so that was why. Because I kind of also just want to do it. But I've always just put the car down because it's like, you know, it's too volatile to make that choice. But like, I think I can make this choice. I think it is possible. How did I name the Mustang, by the way? I think it's on the thumbnail, but we're gonna show the rest of the wheel. Give me a moment. Because, let me just... I mean, I can also put all the options also back onto the wheel. So you can see the entire wheel, just desktop. Here's the remaining wheel. What remains of it. After having done 6 rolls of it. These are the options that would remain. Maybe we can put the other ones back on there. So you can have an idea of all of them. So that's all the options. Well, oh, it added it cumulative. For fuck's sakes. But just now duplicates. Let's paste it again. So, but yeah, these are the options. Those were the options. Daimler. Well, that's Mercedes. Daimler-Benz. It's more of a German thing to refer it, but like that's genuinely something that I pronounce again in German. Daimler. Because Daimler, I think it would be if I pronounce it more in the English way. But yeah, we have Italy, we have the Maca, we have the Lexus, the Bogely, the Bavarian, the Pork, obviously. The fuck is Daimler? Well, it's the parent company. Yeah, it's the parent company from Mercedes-Benz. It's the parent company. Daimler. And the thing is that the original company was technically, it was Daimler-Benz. It's just, the cars are called Mercedes due to reasons. It is technically, it historically wasn't the company name. The company was founded as well, there was a Daimler and there was a Benz company. They were separate in the beginning. But but the reason these cars are called Mercedes is just, I think it was an Italian or a Spanish businessman. I don't quite remember, who named the car after the first name of his daughter. And he was someone who raced these cars successfully. It's like, yeah, that's the Porsche investment group which owns Volkswagen. Yeah, this gets into the entire, like, oh yeah, the Lexus is technically... a bit Lexus is a bit more clear cut, right? But yeah, we obviously had we have I've gone over the Bavarian. I think you can figure that one out. We talked about that one earlier. The Pork, the Insects, the Lambro, the Horch R8. That could send you a bit for a loop. And we have the Focus, the Stroll V8, and then the Nissan. The Bavarian. The Bavarian is BMW because it's Bayerische Motorenwerke. Bavarian Motorworks. So that's why it's the Bavarian. You have, and obviously the Horch is probably something you have no clue about. Like I don't know if you're gonna get that joke because that's slightly. I mean you can figure out what car it is obviously because you know. I attach the entire R8 thing, which should probably give away which car it is. But the pun effectively in it is because it's Audi. That vintage car. I don't know what you're referring to, but yeah, it's the R8 obviously, and the R8 is it's Audi. But the joke is effectively that Audi was founded by a man called Horch. And he didn't found Horch because he had already founded a company called Horch. So he called it after the Latin word Audi. Or Audire, just like the company things. So that's why Audi is named Audi. That's that pun included there. Yeah, Horch is a separate brand. Horch is definitely a separate brand, but like it's just fun calling it the Horch R8. But yeah, we also have the Focus, which yeah, I think you know which car that is then. So you know better about the history of Audi than me, so I see how it is. I see how it is. You know a bit better then. It's fine. I don't know everything. Focus. Yeah, I love my... Although John had suggested calling it the Mondeo, which is, you know, that's kind of funnier. The Mondeo. Well, I love pre-war GP. I should probably install more pre-war GP AC mods and drive a few more. I think I have some cars in that respect, but like not that many. So yeah. I think I can, you know, I can pull up Discord and actually message Reska now. I mean, Reska is definitely in bed now. Sleeping. Well, I hope at least. Don't make me tuck you... God damn it, I need to tuck him into bed because he's playing fucking iRental. He's on iRental Simulator. Mr. Kyoso. I think it's past your bedtime. No, it's not quite. I mean, his time it's only 21 minutes after midnight, so you know, it's a bit better than mine. Not quite as bad. Right, we wanted to check car numbers a bit for the VTrack sign up. Because, you know, I do need to figure out which car I want to drive. Where is it? Oh yeah, right, I'm not signed up for VTrack yet, so I can't look at my own event list to find it. That makes too much sense, Lucas. You're at times fucking stupid. Why am I too stupid to find where my events are listed? Oh, where is it? So there's Tracker U. Community. There's VTrack. And then there is drivers, right? If we want to check what car numbers on use 13, 96, 69, of course, fucking Asa. 12, 15 for Jordan. 11, 30, 42, 420, fucking Soleil. 21, 128 for Yoma. Greg has 22. Amethyst has 43. Isaac has 722. 82, 54. 41, 47, 29, 5. 19, 503. 32 and 275. So we have still the options, dips on 45, 44. We have dips on 77 if we want. We could dip on 98 even. I will probably go 9. We can go 911, 991, but I will probably go 998. So in terms of cars, yes, this entire thing was about choosing a car for VTrack. What are you talking about? Well, I was away looking at the other screen, but I was what I was doing is I was looking up VTrack on the VTrack what car numbers everybody was signed up for. Because yes, the entire thing I was doing here, the last 2 days, the last 2 streams was testing through all these 6 cars now to finally pick a car, and I've made my decision. I'm gonna drive the Porsche. Please say psych. Yeah, we're gonna drive the Porsche. That's gonna be so yeah. So, finally made a decision for VTrack, so now I've hit him with it. Luckily, he is on, let's go over the page sheets. Should I do a meme and, like, take a, well, I shouldn't take a selfie, but, like, take a picture in front of the Porsche Museum just to like, tease my car choice. Well, I mean, it's gonna be probably tomorrow when Ariska gets around to it. So, right. That wraps that up. In any case, boop. I'm kind of surprised no one has commented on the fact that, you know, that there's this funny guy over here. He fits really nicely into the ring. I really love how he looks. But like no one comments on you. It's kind of sad. Oh, probably like being stepped on. Probably that's what killed him because, you know, he's ghost. Right. Okay then. That's that. Poor little guy. Yeah, but he's also very adorable. Stepped on him. Well, I don't step on him every stream. I poke him at the end of, like, I think every stream. I poke him briefly. But yeah, he's cute. Alright. I think that wraps it up for tonight. I will probably not stream me doing practice labs tomorrow. Doing the pre-quali. Although it probably would be, I kind of should, because, you know, it's kind of good content. I will suffer greatly doing it. But also, I kind of just don't want to, and, like, the reality is, if I, you know, somehow string some laps together, this stream could be done in 30 minutes. So, like, there is that. For the 5-minute stream. Well, it was a bit longer than 5 minutes, you know. Although, did you join while I was on the Nordschleife? For 3 hours straight. We're nearly at 4. We're nearly at 4 hours straight, you know. It's close to that. It was a bit longer, but yeah. I mean, when did you join again? Let's actually check briefly. Oh, you were discussing cars quite a bit. Oh yeah, right. You joined me. I had just headed onto the Nordschleife, I think. It was probably past Flugplatz when you joined the stream. So you did get to see me do, like, 5 minutes of driving, actually. So yeah, your 5 minutes is about right. Like, that's about the amount of drive time I had on stream before I, you know, called it a night. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I've been driving the Porsche since... I think half before midnight, roughly 45 before... 15 before midnight, so, like... It was at that point close to 1.5, 2 hours, roughly, of just the Porsche. I did give every car about half an hour of drive time, but like when I was done with the half an hour with the Porsche, it was like, okay, we're gonna try it on Hungaroring, see how the car performs there. It wasn't too great, but it is what it is, sort of. The main issue was the pace, but like I think that's just me on Hungaroring just not being good. And me knowing that like I need to do 140s and like I'm not doing 140s, I'm not 140s, 144s, and I'm like I'm struggling to stay sub 45. It's fun. So yeah, there is that. But it's also been on Red Bull Ring where I've been doing most of the driving, where it's like I'm in the low 29s, and the Porsche finally allowed me to go sub 29, but still it's like this is not gonna be enough for the race. Then we're gonna be Emilia and Kiehacha will likely, at least in qualify, go sub into the 27s, so I won't be able to follow them there likely. We shall see. I mean, if it rains, then I will become unstoppable. Rain is the thing that was I won the rain races in I won the rain races last season, and now I have the car for rain races. So I've buffed my strong suit. It's gonna get funny. Guys, the Raid Master, kind of, yeah. Although I shouldn't get cocky, considering, you know, how that went in Alton Park last week in the Pseudo Racing League. Lost the safe race win there because I pitted too late. The other guy was... It rained the entire race. I started on wet tires. This was a really good gamble. This could have easily paid off really well for me because I just needed to take fuel on the pit stop. A liter of fuel and that's it. And I blundered it. Because I stayed out too long. I wanted to at the end of... because it looked like the rain would stop like 15 minutes before the end. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna drive all the way and then we're gonna swap onto dry tires. And it just didn't pan out, so when I pitted at like 7 minutes to go, I ended up 4 seconds behind the guy. Still, just sucked. He was just a bit faster than me in his Camaro. Just, that's like in changing conditions, it's like... I mean, the first part of the race I definitely had everyone because of my strategy call of just starting on wet tires. And batshit insane stuff like that is what wins me races. I don't have the pace to win races, but I can do shit like that and win races. So yeah, go figure. Well, and that wraps that up. I shall see you latest on Saturday. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I shall see. I've been... Okay, is Max Verstappen? No, I'm still not Max Verstappen because Max Verstappen is actually fast. You know, Max Verstappen has actually pace over 1 lap on an entire stint. I don't have pace. I'm more like the Hulkenberg. Although the Hulkenberg crashes in the rain, so this is, I don't know. Yeah. Well, true. Max Verstappen is the following track race. Max Verstappen, F1 champion Max Verstappen becomes a VTuber. God, that's a hilarious thought. Right, okay then. Good night. Bye bye.